Can you all hear me? Can everybody hear me? Okay, we're live now. Hey, yeah, let's all join, please. Let us all join. Please comment when you are here. Let us drop a comment. Let us drop a comment. Let us drop a comment. Okay, thank you all for joining. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Greetings. 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 Please, if you can hear me, please, please, if we all can hear me, let's speak up. If you all can hear me, please. Let us all speak up if you all can hear me, please. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for joining. I can hear you. Okay, thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. We're grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are waiting for our people. We are waiting for our people. We are live already, guys. Guys, we are live. So, guys, please. Engineer Ibrahim, you're welcome. Engineer Sam, you're welcome. Guys, can we all hear me? Please, I want to know. I don't want us to have the same issue we had yesterday, please. So if you all can hear me, I need to know. Thank you, Engineer Sam. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Oh, okay. Engineer Ibrahim affirms that they can hear me. So we are going to begin the class because yesterday was not a very friendly one for us. Thank God for Engineer Aoyemi. Thank you so much for joining the class. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm sure our people are going to like meet us in course of the training. They'll join in. But for the early birds, thank you so much. At least we are moving past what we did yesterday. So the class properly now. So I welcome each and every one of us to this class. And I want to appreciate you all for joining the class and also apologize for the network glitch yesterday. We didn't foresee the circumstance and it was something that was beyond our control. But today we can assure you that everything is in place and we would have a very smooth sailing today. So, yesterday I put us through, for those of us that joined in yesterday quite early. Okay, some people said I should zoom in. All right, probably to see the document, I believe. Okay, I will zoom in. Yeah, I want to believe we all can see this properly. Yes, I want to believe we all can see this properly now, because please let me know once we can see the manual properly. Yes, it has been zoomed and I'm sure we can all see. Okay. Hero Oluwaseun, you are welcome. Thank you. Please, as you enter, please join, drop a comment so that we can be sure you are you're online with us. So yesterday we talked about I gave us a little bit of intro into this career, to this field, and I also talked about few things on what we need to really prepare our mind for. I want to tell you that for the fact that you are here and you are a part of this training, I want to say congratulations to you first, because I can tell you that no matter the field you find yourself, as long as you are in security technology, you are an engineer, or you decide to dive into integration, I can tell you for a fact that this is a course that is going to do you a lot of favor, because what we are going to be talking about is foundational. When I mean foundational, I mean there is nowhere you want to run to. You are going to definitely find this training more useful for you. So yesterday we wanted to go into our first part of the manual, which is a connection protocol, before we had the glitch. But I'm sure our people will join in and we have a smooth sailing. So please update me in case you have a question. Please drop in the comments. I will have the comment a chat box on the side of the PC so I can see clearly every comment. Please, if there is a question, please try to drop it. And also for further verifications or clarifications, we can also drop a message on the WhatsApp if perhaps it's a question. So let's go into connection protocols. What are connection protocols? Connection protocols is a set rule or standard. To begin with, for every gadget, for every facility you see on site, or every facility or a gadget you can lay your hands upon, there is a rule and standard for that facility to function well. I'm going to give us an example. We all know, we all have a system, and you agree with me that there is a component in the system called the hard disk. So this hard disk, we also have it in some of the equipment we are going to be talking about. I'm going to be showing us the numbers of equipment in course of this training. So be prepared. You will see a lot. So just be prepared. So for this hard disk, I'm making an example here. For this hard disk need a 12 voltage power to work. So that means if you need this hard disk, if you are in need of this hard disk and you need to power it, you need it for something, and you're now using a 5 voltage. By the way, 5 voltage is what is used to charge a phone. You are using a 5 voltage power to power a gadget that requires a 12 voltage. You are not giving that gadget its standard for it to operate properly. You are not. So these are one of the things we need to know under connection protocols. Now, connection protocol is a rule or standard that defines how data is transmitted between devices in a network. Now, connection protocols is that aspect of the field that is going to tell you, okay, this is a device, this is a device, this is a device. how do I get them to communicate with each other? How do this communicate with this one? How far can this travel with this one? How well can I position it? All this is as a result of connection protocols. And also, still talking about connection protocols, I'm going to be taking us through the importance. And of course, these connection protocols, they varies. That's another thing we need to know. Connection protocols varies from device to device. There are a lot of devices out there, and trust me, I can tell you that you will see connection protocol, you will see series of protocols. You'll be shocked. You'll be like, is there anything named this? I'm going to be running us through different type of connection protocols. Some of us don't even know the types of connection protocols that we have. But don't worry, in course of this, I'm going to be sharing us different kind of connection protocols. And I'm going to tell us the importance of connection protocols in our gadgets, in our smart home system, in our CCTV, in our fire alarms, in our burglary alarms, in our access control. I'm going to be telling us the importance of uh, uh, these connection protocols in them. Now, in most cases, without connection protocols, it's going to be very hard. It's going to be very hard for devices to communicate with each other. And sometimes, even as installers, we get it wrong. Sometimes we usually think because this one is this one, you should be able to work with this one. Because gadgets are of the same brand, because the owner, probably one company made the same thing. You saw the name, so name, and you think they can actually work together. No, they might be of the same maker, of the same product, but their connection might be different. The way they communicate might be different. Now, before we go into this, I'm going to run us through different type of connection protocols. The ones I'm sliding, we are going to come back to them. Now, types of connection protocols. Now it's going to get more familiar now. Now we have the wired protocol. We have the wired protocol. For you to watch your DSTV at home, you need an HDMI from the back of your DSTV to the back of your television for you to have the picture to watch a match or to do anything. That is an example of a wired protocol. Now, wired protocol can be divided into various aspects. Now, we have the Ethernet part of it. Now, I'm sure most of us know what an Ethernet is. A LAN cable. I hope we know a LAN cable. Please, if you don't know a LAN cable, I can show you. Please drop a comment if you don't know what a LAN cable is. If you don't know what a LAN cable is, sure, I can tell you what a LAN cable is here. Let me bring one for you. This is a LAN cable. A LAN cable. Most of us call it internet cable. It's a wire network, network cable. You can see this is a LAN cable. This is an example of a LAN cable. Please, can we all see? Can we all see? When you buy a router, there's a cable that comes with it. This is the cable. It is called a LAN cable. Please, can we all see? Can we all see? This is a LAN cable. Can we all see? And this LAN cable, you have Cat5, you have Cat5e, and you have Cat6 of this. So I'm going to be telling us the difference, of course, and I'm going to be telling us which one to use at every point in time, so that you don't, where you're supposed to use Cat6, you're not going to use Cat5. However, they might work, but one will actually work better than one. Now, this is a LAN cable. For those of us that doesn't know what a LAN cable is, this is a LAN cable, network cable. Yes, this is it, a LAN cable. So now, LAN cable, using LAN cable is also an example of wired protocol, because for this to function, you need to plug this at the back of your system then plug it on your router on the two ends. So automatically your system goes online. So that makes that connection a wired protocol. It is a wired connection protocol. Now, advantage of using LAN. LAN is one of, don't forget that under wired protocol, our first example is LAN cable. We should show it in full screen. Okay. Someone asked us to show it in full screen. Please, can we see? Are you Engineer Ibrahim? Can you see properly? Yes, this is LAN cable. Don't worry, I'm going to be sending a picture of it to the group also. For most of us that are not on the group, please drop a message if you are not on the group so that we can send you most of these things. Yes. So, example of LAN cable. I told us we have a Cat 5, we have Cat 5e, and we have Cat 6. So those are the most important and most used. Yeah, so one of the advantages of this, what you are looking at, one of the advantages is high speed. It is reliable and secure. Most of us, if we go to the bank, you will see all this kind of cable plugged at the back of their CPU, at the back of their system, whatsoever. They use it because high speed, it has high speed, it is reliable, and it is secured. For you to break in, to hack into a network that uses LAN, it is not a small feat. In fact, you have to do it physically. It's not something you will be able to hack in remotely. You must be in range of that network. So, but the downside of this is, you can see this, you can see the way it's properly crimped. Inside it, it has 8 strings of cable. Should one of it break, you need to replace all. You're going to need to replace all of it. That is why under the cons, we all see the cons. The cons is not flexible in placement. It requires wiring. You need to create a path for you to go. You need to put a lot of things in shape. Now, one of the things about connection protocol is, for every protocol, there is a limit. They have range at which they can go. Because it is cable, you can start laying your cable from Lagos to Ibadan. No, it doesn't work that way. The maximum at which these network cables can transmit for you is 100 meters. Is 100 meters without switch, without a repeater. Please, if you don't know what a repeater is, you can drop a comment. Like I said, if there's a question, if you need to draw me back, or for me to say explain again about a particular aspect of the teaching, please drop a comment. Yeah. Okay, Engineer Tim said, what is a repeater? Now, a repeater is one of the gadgets you get to use in this field. Now, what a repeater does for you is, let's say you are on a one-story building. You are downstairs. Your main router is downstairs, and the moment you get to the top of the building, the Wi-Fi network is weak. So it is a repeater that will help you fill up that blank where that network is weak. What you need to get is a repeater. Once you get the repeater, you program the repeater on the router, then you plug that repeater to that top floor. That top floor automatically enjoys the network. That is the work of a repeater. Some call it extender, some call it repeater. There is a lot of names for it, actually. Some call it access point. So actually, they varies. Like I said, that is why you need to know your gadgets very well. There's a lot to be learned on this training. So, and one of the pros is high speed. It is better to have your connection. Yes, Engineer Oluwaseun said, yeah, we call it extender. So a lot of people call it, some call it access point. So there are a lot of names for it. So, however, one of the advantages of this is data rate. Data rate. This thing can transmit 10 gig per second. if you have a very good, for most of us that have seen Starlink before, or they have you have been opportunity to browse using a Starlink, you would agree with me the kind of speed that Starlink has when it's on a good weather day. Yeah. So this cable also, if you have a very strong fiber network and it is run with a Cat6 cable, you can get up to 10 gig per second. It is very fast. It is very, in fact, I prefer I prefer running the network using a cat cable rather than doing it wirelessly. If you connect your network wirelessly, it is easier, it is more simpler, you get to do lesser stress. But if you connect with this, it takes time, it stresses, but this is more better, reliable, high speed, and secure. But don't forget, the cons is, should this part of the cable damage, just a little bit of it, you will get to replace the whole cable as a whole. Those are one of the downside of one of the sub under wireless protocol. Now, another part of wired protocol is RS485. Now, how many of us have you have an opportunity to get close to a lithium battery? A lithium battery. Yes, Engineer David, like access points. Yes, you get it. How many of us we've been able to come close to a lithium battery or an hybrid inverter that uses internet? How many of us? How many of us? I want to show us. I want to show us something here. Engineer Timmy said, "Nah, okay, don't worry. You get to see a lot of it. You get to see a lot of it. Don't worry." So the reason why uh, I'm asking us is this RS485 is a wired protocol, and the way it works is you majorly see it. Yes, okay, you majorly see it on equipment that's already been made, but that equipment has the liberty of communicating with another equipment, either of the same product or another, so long that this other equipment can communicate using RS485. Now, this RS485 is a means of communication between gadgets, and mostly RS485, the way it works, it uses one mouth of it is going to be VGA. I hope we all know VGA. Please, if you know VGA, if you know a VGA code, please let me know. Let me know. I think I have an RS485 cable within my reach here. Please, an RS485 cable. Please, oh, you don't know a VGA? Okay, please give me. Okay. Oh, there is someone that is an inverter installer in the house. I know RS485. Yeah. Please, I want to get an RS485 picture, but I don't want to stand up. So I'm probably seeing if I can get it online for us to see. But most importantly is VGA cable. VGA is the one we use to connect our computer back in the day, before some desktop now has HDMI cable. I need to get all of this cable for us to see. I have one within my reach. Please, few minutes. Yes, old monitor cable. Yes, this is an RS485 cable. Sorry, I had to bring it so that most of us can see. I hope we all can see this. Now, this is a VGA. For most of us that doesn't know a VGA, this is what a VGA cable looks like. Old monitor cable. Are you with me? Old monitor cable. Yes, this is it. Old monitor cable. This is what a VGA. Engineer Timmy said he knows it, but he doesn't know the name. Okay, this is VGA. For most of us that doesn't know. And who knows the full meaning of VGA? Who knows the full meaning of VGA? If you can tell me the full meaning of VGA, you might just get a prize. Not now everybody's going to go and be checking it on Google. Well, let me say it so that you not go and check on Google and you not tell me what the name is. It is video graphics array. It is called video graphics array. Video graphics array. That's the meaning of VGA. Let me send it to the. Let me type it and send it. Video. This video graphics array. Yes, that's the meaning of VGA. That's the meaning of VGA, video graphics array. But now you will see this RS485 cable, as you all can see, now it's going to have one mouth for VGA and it's going to have one mouth for Ethernet. Can we all see? It's going to have one mouth for VGA and one mouth for LAN. You can see that this one looks exactly like the first one that I showed you. So this is RS485. This is what you are going to use to connect your RS485 in most cases. In most cases. Meanwhile, some gadgets requires that you will have these two ports. You can see why this connection protocol is important. It is important because you will see some gadgets on site that you will see RS485 connection. You will see a port that uses VGA and you will see a port that uses LAN port. But in some, you will see LAN port on both ends. So don't disturb yourself. Don't start panicking on how would this work? How would this work? No. Just follow the connection protocol. Don't stress yourself. When you're on site, when you see some facilities like that, don't stress yourself. You already know what it's talking about. And the uses is industrial automation, smart metering, and for this industrial automation and smart metering, that is under it. That is when you see your hybrid inverter. Even some charge controllers now they uses RS485 connection. Some uses a Bluetooth connection. Some uses Wi-Fi connection. But yeah, engineer Ibrahim said, yeah, it usually comes with lithium batteries for inverter. Yes, that's very correct. You would even see it on it because lithium battery, they love to communicate. Now, let's now talk about the cons and pro. Now, the pro is long distance, multi-device, support up to 32 devices. Now, for most of us that we have parallel our lithium or parallel our inverter to achieve an higher power rate. You would agree with me that you can parallel up to like 5 or 10 depending on the product you are using. So those are one of the pros of this one. The moment you want to parallel many devices at a go, it takes up to, it keeps taking. So those are one of the pros. And the cons is slow data rate than Ethernet. It's not as fast. RS485 is not as fast as LAN. Can we all see the data rate? The data rate is 10 kbps. Kbps is kilobytes per second, while Mbps is megabytes per second. Most of us don't even know. We always see it on our router and co, or MTN will just tell you. MTN will just tell you, okay, I'm getting comments also. Thank you so much. So this would also is not as fast as this, like I said, and the range. Don't forget that. Come and look at LAN cable. LAN cable cannot go more than 100 meter max. But look at RS485, up to 1,200 meters. 1,200 meters is 1.2 kilometers. That's very far. I hope we all can see the difference now. And for the data rate, it can only transmit 10 kilobytes per second to 10 MB per second, unlike LAN that can give you up to 10 gigabytes per second. I support LAN every day, because that speed is just now. Another part of wired protocol, don't forget, we are still under wired protocol. You have controller area network. This one is originally used for vehicles. They uses radio wave. They uses radio wave, yeah, or light signal to transmit data. I hope we all can now hear me. Yes, please. So I hope you all can hear me now. It is important that we're on the same page here. Yes. So yeah, I'm sure you all can hear me now. Yes. So now let's talk about Wi-Fi. We all are familiar with Wi-Fi. Everybody knows Wi-Fi here. Everybody knows. Everybody knows Wi-Fi. So let's talk about Wi-Fi. The thing is, Wi-Fi is the most used. Is the most used. There is nobody here. We can't see. Please, can everyone hear me? I'm saying nobody. I'm saying we can't hear you. We can't hear you again. No, please. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. So Wi-Fi is the most used, and the reason why Wi-Fi is the most used is because of its transmission rate, its speed, and its way of the way it integrates with devices. Let me give you a clue here. If you have a smart TV at home, if you have a smart TV at home, I'm giving us an assignment. If you have a smart TV at home, try to download Spotify on your smart TV. The moment you have that Spotify on your TV, download that Spotify again on your phone. Now, once you're about to play music on your phone using that Spotify, turn on your TV and place your TV on Spotify. Make sure your TV and your phone is connected to a single network, a Wi-Fi network. Make sure they are on the same network. All of a sudden, you will notice that the music you are playing on your phone is actually displaying on your TV. One, you can actually switch that music from playing on your phone to your TV. Now, this is not you using a Bluetooth or using a cable or using anything, simply Wi-Fi. It transmits uses radio waves and light signal to transmit data. Wi-Fi is so seamless. And one of the reasons why Wi-Fi is the most used is because most smart home hub, IP camera, voice assistant, I mean Alexa, Google Hub, Google Home, Siri, Ziggy, there are a lot of them now. They use Wi-Fi, and the pros of Wi-Fi is high speed and widespread adaptation. Everybody is now using Wi-Fi. Even me that I'm saying I love this, I love this. Some cases I prefer Wi-Fi also. Wi-Fi is by far one of the best. But one of the pros of Wi-Fi is uh, Wi-Fi can be hacked easily compared to cable. Compared to using a LAN cable, Wi-Fi can be hacked very, very easily. Very, very easily. Wi-Fi can be hacked, unlike the wired network when you need to like be in range to do your hacking, even if you want to hack into a wired network. But so long that it is a Wi-Fi, you don't need to be in range. You can be wherever you are to access the Wi-Fi network. So those are one of the pros, cons of Wi-Fi network. And high power consumption. How many of you noticed that the moment your phone is on Wi-Fi, your battery depletes very fast compared to when it's off or when you are using your mobile data? So those are one of the cons of Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is, it consumes power, and of course congestion. Congestion, I mean, if you own a router in your home and you just notice all of a sudden your network is slow, before you know it, you go and check the numbers of devices on your Wi-Fi, you notice about 20, 30 people are connected to it away. That Bluetooth remains one of the very good innovations, remains one of the best innovations that we have. We are live, we are live, we are live. So, like as I was saying, Bluetooth remains one of the best innovations, in my opinion. Remains one of the best innovations that we have. Bluetooth remains one of the best. You can't take it away from Bluetooth. And the reason I say you can't take it away from Bluetooth is because Bluetooth, like there is a way the tech world has been evolving around Bluetooth over the years, and it was so good. Like Bluetooth has been really, really helpful in some means of connection. Now, do you know there are trackers, wearable glasses, all these spy cameras, and all of that? Most of them they use Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connection. Even our smart lock, they use Bluetooth connection. We're online, guys. They use Bluetooth connection, and one of the advantages of Bluetooth, yes, and one of the advantages of Bluetooth is low power. Okay, okay, okay. So Bluetooth is by far, in my opinion, Bluetooth is by far one of the best innovations in tech world. Bluetooth is by far. How many of us remember the days of infrared? You know, infrared is even was like we need to put our equipment very close to each other for infrared to communicate. But Bluetooth, Bluetooth had this leverage over infrared because of its speed. Because Bluetooth can give you 1 Mbps, 1 Mbps. That's just the speed Bluetooth can offer you. No matter how close, no matter the way you do it, Bluetooth cannot offer you more than 1 Mbps. 1 Mbps. And another thing about Bluetooth that I want us to discuss is the cons is one of the downside of using a Bluetooth connection is short range. I'm sure many of us, all of us knows this. If you want to send something using Bluetooth, you must not be too far away from your source. You must be closer to your source, better than Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi, you can still drift a little bit away from your source, but as long as you are using a Bluetooth connection, you must remain close to your source. In my opinion, this Bluetooth will range from 10 meters to 50 meters, but I've seen a Bluetooth connection that ranges about 65 meters in one of my jobs on site. I've seen one that ranges about 65 meters. I was so shocked. Um, the sound system is Bose, Bose, Bose sound system. It's a very powerful sound system. But I think it's even one of the best in the world. Very expensive. It goes. I think the cheapest Bose speaker or Bose amplifier or the soundbar that you will see, I think the cheapest is around 5 million naira thereabout. Very expensive, and they have these Bluetooth frequency, very great, very very great Bluetooth frequency. And for some of the gadgets you be seeing, let's say like the smart lock. How many of us know a smart lock? What a smart lock looks like? Smart lock, the one they use in home automation, that has fingerprints, that has keypad, that has uh, what do we call it? That has keypad, that uses RFID tag, and no, they also have Bluetooth there. And one of the advantages of Bluetooth is it doesn't take power. Your Bluetooth can be on your cell phone for as long as you want it to be on. It doesn't take power. Unlike Wi-Fi, the moment you connect the Wi-Fi to your phone like this, your battery starts depleting. So those are the downside of using a Wi-Fi, and the advantages Bluetooth has over Wi-Fi is one of the power consumption. Now, I'm not sure most of us have heard what we call Zigbee. If you have heard of Zigbee, please drop an emoji if you have heard of Zigbee. Zigbee is a connection protocol to Zigbee. We call it Zigbee. ZIG. I hope you are all seeing it on the screen. Zigbee. Z-I. Oh, sorry. Can we all see? Okay. Sorry. Zigbee. Please, if anyone have come across Zigbee, let me know in the comment section. Zigbee, Zigbee. Now, Zigbee connection is a very funny connection. No, not familiar with it. All right, I'm going to probably search, and if I have a match, I'm going to show us tomorrow. Please, someone should remind me. I should have a Zigbee match at my disposal. So, what Zigbee does is Zigbee, the way Zigbee works, Zigbee needs a gateway, like an access point. It's like when you buy an home theater, you have the big woofer. You now have small speakers alongside with it. Yes, Zigbee is a kind of connection that for you to use a Zigbee, you need two networks for your Zigbee to run. You need two networks. One, you need that Zigbee network itself. Two, you need the Wi-Fi. Now, everybody should follow me attentively here. Zigbee is like a gateway. It needs a gateway to work. So, on that gateway, for that gateway, because Zigbee is a form of connection that it doesn't interact with any other type of connection protocol that is wireless. Zigbee is on its own. Is on its own. Zigbee is like it has its own field for it to operate. It operates very well without the help of Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, whatsoever. Zigbee is fine on its own, so long that you are connecting Zigbee to Zigbee. I hope you all are following. We are connecting Zigbee gadget to a Zigbee gadget. From one Zigbee Every Zigbee now, they interact using the hub. It has a hub. I'm going to get it for us tomorrow by God's grace. There's an hub. So all, if you like, use 120 devices. All those devices must be connected to that Zigbee hub. Now, it needs an hub to operate. That is why in the cons, you see there, it needs an hub or a gateway. So all those Zigbee access. Now, some of our smart switches that we use in home automation, some use Wi-Fi and some are Zigbee connected. Now, the ones that are using Wi-Fi, that has to be a Wi-Fi connection, they would not work. If you use a Wi-Fi gadget on a Zigbee, it will never work. Don't ever make that mistake. That is why you need to know about this connection protocol, because it will stress you out. You just see you've been there for ages, you've been trying to connect, it's not working. Meanwhile, you are the one stressing yourself. So that is why connection protocol is very important in this field. I don't know of any other field, but in this field, if you don't play by the rules, it's going to stress you out. And the truth is, for you to now take, for a Zigbee gadget to work, to operate, it needs a Zigbee gateway or a Zigbee hub. Some call it gateway, some call it hub, but I think it's called hub because of the way it looks, because there are a lot of hubs. And the frequency, Zigbee frequency is just 2.4 GHz, nothing serious. It is still like a global setting, but the data rate of Zigbee is very poor. That is why you can't use Zigbee the way you use Wi-Fi. The Zigbee transmission is poor. It's just 250 kilobytes per second. It's not even up to 1 MB. It's not even up to 1 MB. It's just 250 kilobytes per second. And the way you have to position the hub must be, Zigbee is a very stressful connection protocol. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a very stressful connection protocol. It's good because there's a way Zigbee interacts with each other that it is so seamless. But if you are using a Zigbee, your distance, your speed, all of those things, you have to put them into serious consideration. Not like Wi-Fi. You know, Wi-Fi can transmit very well, but the farther a Zigbee gadget to its hub, the poorer the transmission is. If you are using a smart curtain that is Zigbee, hey, if the hub is so far away from it, you will not enjoy. If you like, tell your voice assistant to open, it might just say okay, it might not open because of the data rate. The data speed is not so encouraging. So, and the pros of it is low power, network matching, high stability. And the high stability is such that there are Zigbee gateway that can take up to 120 devices. The only Wi-Fi gadget that I know that can take up to 120 devices is probably Nano N5 or Starlink router. The third gen, I guess, can take up to 120 to 125, if I'm not mistaken. But Zigbee can take that, some Zigbee gateway that will take up to 200 devices. But all of it must be Zigbee. Zigbee will never communicate with Wi-Fi. So if you are dealing with a device and it is boldly written on it that it is Zigbee supported, and what you have made provision for is Wi-Fi, please step away from it. By all means, step away. If you have gotten a Zigbee gateway or a Zigbee hub, it is fine. You can use it. But the moment they wrote it there that it is Zigbee supported, Zigbee, and what you have made provision for is Wi-Fi, I would advise you that you stay away from it so that you won't get frustrated while working with Zigbee. Now, another wireless connection protocol is infrared. We all know infrared. We all know infrared. If you don't know infrared here, it's either you don't use a remote or you are a Gen Z. Gen Z during the days of infrared, where we need to put two devices very close to each other, very, very close to each other to get a picture out of it. Those days, the good old days, actually. And infrared, the way infrared works is simple and cheap. Infrared is very cheap, very, very cheap. And um, the closest example of infrared I can give we all is our remote, AC remote, TV remote. If you check your remote, if you can cover the uppermost part of your remote, once you press it, you will see one red light, very tiny. It's going to pop up. The minute you press that remote, that is the signal light. And the downside of an infrared connection is it must be at the site, it must be in line of sight. Once you want to press your TV remote, your TV and the remote must maintain a particular angle for it to catch. If it doesn't maintain that angle, it will not catch. I hope we all are familiar with that, including our AC and everything. So they run on infrared. So if you are asked as an engineer that what kind of connection protocol does remote and a TV uses, it is an infrared connection. The data rate is low, it is simple and cheap, and it is common, remote controlled. Well, some remote goes more than 5 meters. A very good example is a DSTV remote. DSTV remote, I don't know what kind of thing they put together. They have a very, like, the line of sight is not as so serious compared to some other remotes that I've seen. If you can try it out, like I said, you see everything I'm using for an example is something we see every now and then. Is because this is just what this training is about, and we see all of these things every now and then. And I bet this part is what you probably haven't heard before. 433 MHz-RF. Now, this 433 connection, let me tell you how it works. Some 433 looks like remotes. They are remote characterized. They are like remote. But the way 433 works, 433 works better than remote, or work better than Wi-Fi itself when it comes to the range. The range of all wireless protocols, of all wireless connection protocols, the one that can travel the farthest is 433 MHz. Now, 433, you will mostly find 433 in sensors. When I mean sensors, I mean the components of some gadgets. Let's say fire alarm. How many of us have seen the wireless intercom? Wireless intercom. There are some intercoms now that they are wireless. I hope you all know the meaning of intercom. Please, if you don't know intercom, please drop it at the comment section. I would attend to it. Intercom, now, intercom is a means of communication. It's like a closed means of communication between certain number of gadgets, provided that they are on the same frequency, they are on the same wavelength. You make a call. Now, this wireless intercom that I'm talking about, they use a 433 protocol connection on it. That I can assure you, I have used a 433 connection on, I think, about a floor of a 4-story building. Right from the top to the ground floor, 433 communicated very fine, without an hindrance. Without an hindrance. That's one of the things about 433. 433 is so good. Even in fire alarm, the wireless fire alarm, the wireless magnetic lock, most of these burglary alarm, the sensors and the PIR sensor, the motion sensors, most of them they run now. The wireless one they run on 433. 433 is by far one of the wireless connection protocols you'd ever see in this line of business. And one of the pros of it is low power and long range. It doesn't take power. There are some 433 gadgets. Let me tell you something. There are some 433 gadgets that their battery can last for over 6 months. I have an alarm in my house. I've been using it for over a year now, and the battery is still there. No, I haven't charged it once because it communicates by 433. 433 takes a very low power, very, very low power. Very, very low power. I'm going to be showing us, I'm going to be bringing a wireless burglary alarm. I mean, intruder alarm. For most of us that doesn't know it as burglary, they also call it intruder. Now, let me explain what this gadget does to you, just for the sakes of this lesson. 433 in burglary alarm. So, what this alarm does is, maybe you are not at home. It has a PIR sensor that can monitor movement. It has a door contact that can know if your door is open. It has a window contact. It has a vibration sensor, and it has a panic button. All of it are connected with 433, that they communicate seamlessly from every part of the house to the main panel, where you can receive messages or calls, or maybe a false alarm or a ping if there is anything like a security breach in your home. So when you see all of those components in and around the house, or you visit a bank, or you visit a very big, probably super mall, and you see most of those things, as an engineer, it is your job to know that they run on 433 connection protocol, and it is because it is very cheap. Now, Z-Wave, you can see that we have another one called Z-Wave. Now, Z-Wave is majorly used in mesh networking. If you want to network using mesh, now mesh networking is just like it comes in kit. Google does it. I have a picture I can show in as regards of this. Google has a network mesh. So a network mesh, the way it works is there's one hub that gives the network. So it now has a pieces like an extender or a repeater that you can hang around the house to make the network travel faster, more like an extender. So from that extender to that mesh, the kind of network they use to communicate is the Z-Wave connection. So these are they are majorly not so used in gadgets so much. Very rare. Is a kind of connection that you would not so see. Now, these are long range LoRa connection. Now, these ones, I will tell you how it works, but I'm sure once you now grow in the business, you get to see LoRa connection. But LoRa connection is not a kind of connection you wake up and see. That I can assure you. Now, for city automation, now most of us we used to wonder something. Probably that, okay, maybe you are watching an American movie and you hear gunshots, and before you know, police are there. They use LoRa connection in remote monitoring and smart cities. If you want monitoring, a remote monitoring of far distance, or you want to gain access to probably a footage from a place to another distance, one of the things I can actually tell you that that uses a long range is walkie-talkie. I don't know if you know all these walkie-talkie. They use them mostly security personnel, police, and all of that. They use walkie-talkie. I've seen a walkie-talkie that travels about 2.5 kilometers, very far, very very like 2.5 kilometers, very far. I've seen a walkie-talkie that travels 5.5 kilometers. That's half of Third Mainland Bridge in Lagos. So if you are at the tip of Third Mainland Bridge here on the highland, the moment you get to probably the way to turn down to Ebute Metta, there is a walkie-talkie that can actually communicate and you would hear very perfectly, very clear. So those are one of the examples of long range connection. So I want us to, I'm thinking, yeah, let me just go through the basic comparison here. I'm going to share. Okay, I'm not showing us the screen. Sorry. Yeah, I'm trying to. We've already talked about this. I'm going to show us very clearly. I said now for the frequency, we can also see the frequency Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi has a 2.456 GHz. Why Bluetooth just has 2.4? I've explained most of this in course of this. I told us that now see the power. I told us Wi-Fi use high power, Bluetooth very low, and Ethernet doesn't use power at all. Like it has a way of, and of yeah, the latency. Did we talk about the latency? Yeah, I think we did. So please, can everybody see my screen? Can everybody see my screen? Okay, this is the last part of it. However, uh, well, for today's class, I think we've covered a very good ground, and I will welcome questions now. Questions, questions, questions can come in now, guys. Questions can come in now. Tomorrow, we are going to, this is what we are going to be discussing tomorrow. We are going to be discussing Bluetooth, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth in smart home system. So tomorrow we might get to do a little bit of practical tomorrow. So we might get to do a little bit of practical tomorrow because of what we are going to be talking about. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth in smart home connection. So a little bit of practical might pop up tomorrow. So you might never, yeah. So I hope we all can still follow up with the screen. I'm sorry, this particular page requires that I I doesn't zoom in so much so that you can see the whole screen at a go. So questions can come in, guys. Questions can come in. Questions can come in. We talked about 433 infrared, LoRa, Zigbee, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. We talked about the wired connection, the wireless. So today we just talked about connection protocol in general. So I'm down for questions. I'm down for questions. I'm down for questions. So I want us to look. This is our topic, connection protocol. So I'm down for questions. I'm down for questions. And also, please let's love and like the class so it can so our YouTube algorithm can take us further also. So please, questions can come in. Questions can come in now. Questions can come in now. Oh, thank you so much for that. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this PDF, this document. If you want it, please, you can signify on the group. I'm going to share it for us so that we can all have access to it. So, what can we? I'm waiting for questions. I'm waiting for questions. I'm waiting for questions. I'm waiting for questions, guys. Waiting. You can't see the screen here. Okay, what's going on? Please, if you can't see the screen, let me. Can we all see me now? I hope you all can see. So the most important thing is, because the most important thing is we understand this, because this is the foundation. So from there, we build gradually, and before you know it, a lot of things that we stress, that we get to, a lot of stress that we go through on site, it wouldn't happen again because we've gotten our connection protocol right. And once you get your connection protocol right, you are good to go on any gadget. I can tell you for certain that every gadget has its own connection protocol. There can be integration, yes. You can say, okay, this one should be able to work with this one. This one should be able to, we can bend certain things around. You can bend certain things around, but for every gadget, there is a connection protocol to follow. That's the most important thing. There is a connection protocol for you to follow. So I'm waiting for us, guys. I'm waiting for question. Okay. 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 I have two questions now. Okay, is there any connection used for communication to lithium? Yes. And in honesty, you don't need to stress yourself on it, because on the manual for your lithium battery, it's going to specifically tell you which port you have to use to communicate with. Now, let me explain it in a clearer way for you. TPs, engineer TPs. I hope you can hear me clearly. Now, I'm answering your question, engineer TPs. Now, is there any connection used for communication to lithium? Yes, and that is this connection that we call RS485. This RS485, the wired. Now, some lithium battery support Wi-Fi. Let's be very clear on that. Not all, but some of it supports Wi-Fi. So if the connection protocol of the lithium battery you are using supports Wi-Fi, please use Wi-Fi. Now, if it doesn't support Wi-Fi, that requires you to use an RS485 cable. If you have to use an RS485 cable, this cable that I showed us, if this is what it requires you to use, it's going to come with the inverter, or it's going to come with the battery. So please use it. I hope you understand. Please use it. If the connection protocol tells you to use LAN, please use it. However, now on your lithium battery, you are most likely to have more than two LAN ports on it. You are most likely to have more than two LAN ports on it. Now, one LAN port is going to communicate with the inverter, and another LAN port is for the lithium battery to communicate with another lithium battery. So that is when probably you want to use two 15 kilowatts, or you want to use two 10 kilowatts, or you want to use two 5 kilowatts. So for one lithium battery to communicate with another lithium battery, there's going to be a LAN port. So on lithium battery, sometimes you will see RS485, then -1, you will see -2, on some you see -3, on some you will see CAN. And meanwhile, on your inverter, you will see BMS, then you will see LAN, you will see RS. Yes, you can use Wi-Fi if your device supports Wi-Fi. If the gadget you are using, if the lithium battery you are using supports Wi-Fi, use Wi-Fi. And in fact, some lithium batteries now, some inverter now, let me give you an example. Like 5-star inverter, they are 12 kilowatts. Sorry, they are 12 kVA hybrid. It comes with a network, more like what can I call it? More like a modem, more like a network modem. The moment you plug it on the inverter, it has a app you need to download. You pair it on the app. Once you plug it on the inverter, you get to monitor the inverter on your phone. So though there are some both lithium and inverter in diverse way that supports Wi-Fi. So like an SMS charge controller uses Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. You can either connect it to your phone using Wi-Fi, or you connect it to your phone using Bluetooth. I'm sure Engineer TPs, you will understand that clearly. Engineer Oluwaseun say, can you please talk about LoRa again? Okay, here is LoRa. Yes, LoRa. Yeah, LoRa is long range, and is mostly used in smart cities. Cities like Singapore. Yeah, Singapore is one of the smart cities. I think there's another smart city in Norway. I've forgotten the name. Now, the kind of connection they will use in those kind of places is LoRa. LoRa is LoRa is majorly for long range, and I gave us example of gadgets that uses LoRa, and I talked about walkie-talkie. Walkie-talkie. Do we? I'm sure we all know walkie-talkie. I want to show us walkie-talkie here. Walkie-talkie is people use we use it on site. Either like instead of you shouting the name of your partner, engineer this, engineer that, blah 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 blah. These are So walkie-talkie, if you use a walkie-talkie, you'll be able to hear yourself wherever you are. So I want to show us a picture of a walkie-talkie here. So please, I want to show us a picture of a, a walkie-talkie. Yeah. So let me show you all, please. Yeah, this is a walkie-talkie. I'm sure we all can see the walkie-talkie. Yeah, this is an example of a walkie-talkie. Can we all see? Yes, this is an example of a walkie-talkie. Yes. Now, depending on the kind of walkie-talkie you buy, they travel faster, better than each other, depending on the kind of walkie-talkie you are using. But that is just example of walkie-talkie, just to show you on what it looks like. Is any other question? Any other questions? Let's call it a day. Our time is fast spent. And please, I hope we all enjoyed today's class. I hope we all gained something. I hope we all learned something new, because that's the essence of this class. Please, did we all learn something new? Did we all learn something new? Did we all learn something new? Thank you so much, guys, for joining the class today. Thank you so much, guys, for joining the class. I hope you all learned something new today. Engineer Olawusi David, thank you so much. I hope you learned something new today. And if you have any question, please do not hesitate to drop it on the group in case you are not opportune to ask. Yes, yeah, there are a lot of people. As you can see, I hope now you looking at the comments of every one of us, we all can see that this thing is just part of our daily life. It's just part of our daily life. So it's just what it is. I appreciate everyone for joining this class. Please drop a love emoji. I want to say if you're online, please drop a love emoji. Drop a love emoji if you're online. If you're online, please drop a love emoji. Please drop a love emoji. Thank you so much for joining the class. Drop a love emoji if you're online so that you can now say Engineer Lua Shegun David. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Drop a love emoji if you're still here. It was a long ride. We had an hour 24 minutes on today's class. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. God bless you. So we all see tomorrow. And tomorrow, please don't forget, I already told us what we are going to be dealing with tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a little bit of practical, a little bit of, you know, I'm going to be telling us a lot of things that we don't know about our network, our facilities, our Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. I'm going to be telling us a lot about it tomorrow. So please don't let us be find wanting in the class. Thank you so much, guys. I hope to see us. I hope to see us tomorrow. Peace and love. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hiro Oluwaseun, thank you so much. That's my people from Flickers. Thank you so much. You are appreciated. Thank you so much. We see you tomorrow. Okay. Okay. We'll put that into consideration. We should put that into consideration. Engineer Ibrahim said, please, sir, can we start this lecture by 9 because of those that might go to the mosque by 8? All right, we'll put that into consideration tomorrow. Put that into consideration. We'll talk about it on the group. Thank you. So please, if you are not on the group, please drop a message right now if you are not on the group so that we can add you to the group. Starting from tomorrow, a lot is going to be going on the group. A lot is going to be going on the group. So, and I hope you are part of it. And if you are part of it, it's going to be a good one. Thank you so much, guys. I love you all. Thank you for joining the class. Thank you for trusting me to take you on this class. I love you all. Thank you so much. Bye for now.